The Chicago Bulls fall to the Miami Heat 116-113. We're going to be talking about the key takeaways from tonight's loss. And so before we go ahead and we jump into it, I first want to remind you to slam dunk on that subscribe button, just like Modest Buzelis slam dunks in games. And so in exchange for slamming on that subscribe button, I'm going to give you nothing but daily content around the Chicago Bulls. And so make sure that you hit that like, you hit that subscribe, and you join the Chicago Bulls Insider family as we talk nothing but Chicago Bulls basketball. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and let's jump into it as we're talking about the key takeaways from tonight's loss against the Miami Heat. So I always like to start with the points that describe this game. And so I just have one. And that's that this was a very sloppy game for the Chicago Bulls. They did not take care of the basketball. 6 turnovers in the opening quarter. They would go on to give up 23 points off of the turnovers, and they really struggled from the field tonight. The Bulls just never found a rhythm, did not shoot the basketball very well. It looked like a team that was trying to find its way, on the second night of a back-to-back. And so just really a sloppy game. Defensively, I think that there was also some lapses as well. And so I will give the Bulls some credit. They were able to fight their way back after being down 14 points, but just very much a sloppy game for them tonight. So next, I wanted to go ahead and take a look at the starters and the bench. And so we're taking a look at each player. And so starting with Coby White. So Coby White, 14 points, a +5 in the plus-minus box score. He did have 3 turnovers. He had 2 steals, 7 assists. He had 4 rebounds, 8 of 10 from the free throw line, 2 of 8 from the three-point line, and 2 of 11 from the field in 32 minutes. And so for Coby White, I think that he did a great job as far as getting to the free throw line, but from the field, he really struggled, like a lot of the other Chicago Bulls tonight. And I think that one of his turnovers was just really a bad turnover. It was in the fourth quarter, and I think Kevin Huerter saved the basketball to him. He just wasn't paying attention and got the ball stolen there. Luckily, didn't end up costing the Bulls anything, but, it was just that type of night. Coby White struggled from the field tonight. Next up, Nikola Vucevic. And so when Vucevic gets to another double-double, we will certainly take that. I did like the way that Vooch initially started off in this game. I thought that he did a great job as far as getting to his spots early on. And I think that with Vooch in this one tonight, you would like to see him be a little bit more efficient. But again, the team really struggled. So 6 of 18 from the field, 1 of 5 from downtown, and he was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 10 rebounds. He had 3 assists and 15 points with that +9 and 2 turnovers. And so, again, Vooch got to his spots. I thought that he did a better job as far as just trying to take advantage with his size tonight. So we'll give him credit there. Next, Modest Buzelis. And so with Modest Buzelis, look, I think that he continues to show growth here in year number 2. And so 16 points, he continues to hover right around that number. And so what you love, too, is that he's knocking down the 3 ball consistently. And so I believe that this is now 21 straight games with knocking down a 3 ball. And so that's good to see. And I thought that Modest Buzelis really continued off of what we saw last night with the Pacers. Like, I think that he was a bit more aggressive with the ball in his hands. And he wasn't just looking to score, especially early on. Like, I thought that he had some really good assists. 1 to Vooch. He had 2 to Jalen Smith as well that were right on target and led to some baskets. And so I like the fact that Modest Buzelis, on ball, making some good decisions in this one. And so 16 points, a +2 in the plus-minus box score, 1 turnover. He did have 1 block as well. He had 1 steal. He had 4 assists. He had 9 rebounds. And he was 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 2 of 5 from downtown, and 6 of 15 from the field in 34 minutes. Next up, Isaac Okoro. And so Isaac Okoro got off to a really, really good start. In fact, he had like a quick 8 points. Like, he had knocked down a couple threes. He got to the lane 2 on a nice left-handed layups. And so he started off 3 of 3. He finished in this game 3 of 7. And so 8 points, a -7 in the plus-minus box score. He did have 2 rebounds as well. He had 1 block shot, 2 of 3 from downtown, 3 of 7 from the field in 26 minutes. And then next up, Jalen Smith. And so Jalen Smith, 11 points. And so once again, he is into the double figures. And so I believe that that is 10 straight games for him now. And so that's good to see. A -11 in the plus-minus box score. He had 5 rebounds. He did have 1 turnover, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 of 1 from downtown, and 4 of 7 from the field in 15 minutes. And so Jalen Smith got off to a really, really good start. He was 4 of 4 to start things off. I mean, he had a nice cut with a dunk. One of his cuts, it would have led to a layup or a dunk, but he actually stepped out of bounds. It was a nice little pass, I think, from Vooch. But still, I like the activity with Jalen Smith. He's just not sitting out there shooting three-pointers tonight. Unfortunately, with Jalen Smith, you see that he only played 15 minutes, and the reason is that he had tightness in his right calf, and so he did not start the second half. Ayo Dosunmu started the second half for the Chicago Bulls, and so this is very unfortunate. He's been playing very well. They're already without Zach Collins, and so let's see what happens. Hopefully he's able to get back out there, but some right calf tightness held Jalen Smith out in the second half. And so next, talking about the bench here. And so with Patrick Williams, 0 of 4 from the field in 12 minutes. He was a -10, 1 rebound in this one, and 2 turnovers. Dalen Terry, liked what I saw from Dalen Terry tonight. So knocked down 2 corner 3-point shots, 8 points tonight. -4, 2 assists. He had 4 rebounds as well, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 of 2 from deep, and 2 of 3 from the field in 15 minutes. I thought that he played with some real good energy, and I always like it when he brings the energy like this, especially when he gets extended minutes. And so I thought that Dalen Terry did a terrific job tonight. Julian Phillips, 3 points in this one, +3. He was 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 of 1 from the field in 5 minutes. Again, I always like it when Julian Phillips and Dalen Terry get out there and give us some energy. Next, Kevin Huerter. And so, look, Kevin Huerter came out of his slump a bit tonight. And so Kevin Huerter, 15 points. He was a +3 in the plus-minus box score. He did have 10 rebounds as well, 3 assists, 1 steal. He had 2 blocks. He was 4 of 9 from downtown, 5 of 12 from the field in 33 minutes. And so I thought that Kevin Huerter did a good job as far as just being aggressive initially. Like the first 3-point shot that he knocked down, it seemed like he was coming down off a break, and he just let that fly. And so you like the fact that he is still shooting it with confidence, even though he struggled. And then the fact that he came right back, he hit another 3. I liked how he got downhill for a nice little runner off the glass, I believe, too, as well. And so, it's just not about scoring for Kevin Huerter. It's the other stuff with the rebounds and the block shots. And so I always appreciate that with Kevin Huerter, that you get more than just the scoring. And so it's good to see him get back to it tonight. Next up, Ayo Dosunmu. And so, look, Ayo Dosunmu essentially was like the MVP for the Chicago Bulls tonight, because he played very, very well off the bench. He also played well once he got inserted into the starting lineup. And so 23 points, a -5 in the plus-minus box score, 5 assists, 7 rebounds, 6 of 6 from the free throw line, 1 of 4 from deep, 8 of 16 from the field in 31 minutes. And so, look, with Ayo Dosunmu, I feel like that between him and Buzelis, I think that they both were still feeling it from a night ago, because both of them had great games. And so we love that. And I think that with Ayo, man, he is very much locked in. I very much agree with what we're starting to hear around him, as far as just he should be in the 6th man of the year, consideration, the way that he is playing strong off the bench. So Ayo Dosunmu continues to get it done. Another great game for him. And so one more time too with Jalen Smith, if you did not catch it, he had some right calf tightness, and Ayo Dosunmu came in to start for him. And so unfortunate, this was the 10th straight game where he scored double figures. And so now I wanted to go ahead and jump into the team box score and take a look at some of the stats here. And so the first thing is the Bulls got outscored off the bench 50-49 by the Miami Heat. And so we always talk about the Chicago Bulls getting it done off the bench tonight. So it did not happen for them as far as leading in that category. Still 49 points, which is very, very good, but usually they lead there. The next, when you look at the field goal percentage, you see that the Bulls really struggled in tonight's game. 39% from the field, 39% from downtown. You see that the Miami Heat, 45% from the field and 33% from the three-point line. And so the Heat, were able to lock up the way that they needed to really throughout this game, had the control for the most part, even though the Bulls were just hanging in there. But they went on a little bit of a run. Obviously, the Bulls responded, just couldn't close it down. And so next, the free throws. And so you see that that was a tie, 83% for both teams. And so we like to see that the Bulls shot well from the free throw line, 52-49. The Bulls Bulls lead in the rebounds. And then when it came down to assists, 29-24, Miami Heat lead there, 12-5 with the steals. The Miami Heat lead in that category, 4-2 for the Bulls with the block shots. They've done a great job this season. 16-14 with the turnovers. You see that the Bulls gave up 23 points off the turnovers again. Sloppy basketball for the Chicago Bulls tonight. 19-7 as far as the fast breaks. The Miami Heat lead there in that category. And then 60-38 with points in the paint. Man, they really took it to the Bulls with the points in the paint tonight. And so you see that the largest lead for the Miami Heat, 14. The largest lead for the Chicago Bulls was 2. And so you guys let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking. Again, the Chicago Bulls take another tough loss, a game in which they get back into it, but just ultimately couldn't figure some things out. So let me know what you guys are thinking. We are going to be talking more about trade talk and everything else as we move closer to the trade deadline. The Chicago Bulls will get ready to play the Miami Heat, I believe, this weekend, and that's going to be, I believe, a back-to-back. So I'll double check that, but I know that they play Saturday against the Miami Heat. So anyway, you guys, let me know what you're thinking. And look, as we always say, go Bulls, and I will see you guys on the next one. All right, peace.